Mason, you were saying something about tracking the DoorDash driver. We don't really DoorDash in Cochrane, but I do that with the Domino's delivery whenever I have.
Man, I love Domino's.
So now they got a GPS, so I'll order it, and every like 40 seconds I'm checking it. Okay, now it's in the
It's
you know what I mean?
quality check.
Now it's on a quality check. Okay, Sarah just left with my food, and then I'm tracking Sarah like a psychopath. Through Cochrane, like, why did you go to that stop first? You know what I mean? Why? I'm the closest one here. Why wouldn't you go to me first? And then I'll do it until they're like right there. And now I have a Ring doorbell, so I have an excuse to kind of meet them at the door.
Yeah.
But like I would be so embarrassed about it before I got that I would wait for them. I know they're at my house. Like I'm watching them through the windows. I was glad until they came up and knocked on the door, and then like go and be, oh man, that was fast.
Oh, that's on Sarah.
They're just like act surprised about it.
You got here waiting.
So they would put like a little flag on my name in their computer, and be like, that's the weirdo. He's gonna watch you the entire time. You know what I mean? Well, hello. Stop. Every time I do it, you just, and I feel self-conscious about it now. Thanks a lot,
That's
Derek.
because you look
We
at
can't even
me.
get started
You
through
look
the
at
intro because you're like giggling over there.
That's because I know you're going to do it 3 times.
I have to, Brian
I'm so
said.
sick of it.
Welcome to Coffee and Ketchup. I'm sick of it by the time you say the first hello. Welcome to the Coffee and Ketchup podcast, episode 38. We have got a very exciting one in store for you today. We have called in some extra help. Help! to try to get our sound issues worked out. We know it's been kind of going downhill. I thought I could do it. It turns out I cannot. So we had to call in a professional. Brian, why don't you introduce our professional this morning?
Before I introduce our professional this morning, when you said going downhill ever since, I thought about when I used to get on a skateboard on my belly and go down Brentwood Drive.
For anybody who knows what drive that is, it's a great story.
Well, it's a drive with a hill, and I would get at the top of it, and I would get on my belly about 12 years old, and I would go down to the bottom of it to where it ended at Brookwood Drive, not knowing if any cars were coming or if I was going to be able to stop.
So
that's what happened.
Why would you not just drive? Yeah. Oh, there you have it, folks. Wise. Well, so
we've got Zakk. Just kidding. No.
Now we know.
My bad.
No, that was great.
That was good. I love it.
Why don't you just ride the skateboard like a normal person?
I was too scared I'd fall off.
So you just take the risk of a face plant into oncoming traffic?
Oh, that at the curb.
Oh,
you remember doing that?
I know, and I don't know what road you're talking about.
I thought
Brentwood.
I thought it was Brentwood.
You know the hill on Brentwood that goes towards
yeah.
Brentwood?
I think it was.
Yeah, I think that was Brentwood. Yeah,
it was.
Remember?
I think it was Brentwood.
There was a wall. They had this wall out that separated their house from the neighbor's house. I know we're going off the rails.
We'll introduce our guest.
This is what happens there. You know,
this is what happens.
That's great.
When we were kids, we would walk on that wall. It was a brick wall. And it looked like when we would get to the end where it was at its highest point, it looked like 30 feet in the air. We'd be terrified to jump off. Now, Chris, you can touch the top.
Everything's so much taller when you're small.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Speaking of skateboarding, right? So my buddy Alan, he passed away from cancer a couple months ago. But we have a big hill in my neighborhood.
Okay.
I was scared to go down it. On my skateboard. No, I ain't doing that. I ain't crazy.
Yeah.
And Alan decided to go down it, and I was like, this ain't gonna go good. So
I have a feeling it did.
So Jason got his camera out about a quarter way down the hill. You see Alan's knees start getting weak. He starts wobbling. Bless his heart, man. He face planted, his whole side of his face scratched up, his arm was scratched up. He gets up. First thing he's going to have to, he says is, how do I explain this to my mom? Explain this to my mom, Miss Angela, but yes.
That sounds familiar, man.
No, that's a good one. It's bad, though, when your knees get a wobble on a skateboard or something. It's over with.
I thought he was going to bail and just jump off. He tried to take it off.
He tried to go. He hung in there with it. Like riding a bull.
I respect
Much respect.
I respect him. So, Ryan,
Hey, yo,
try this again. Would
we'll
you like
try
to
it.
introduce our
I
guest
would love
us
to.
today?
So I met Zach. What Zach? Probably
2019.
2019. So the best math I can do is about 5 years. What's the big guy? And met Zach around Dublin, and I knew he was big into music. And so when we had our problems with our sound, you truly were the first person I thought of.
Yeah.
So I reached out to Zach last week and called him and said, "Hey man, we're having some issues with our sound on the podcast. Could you come out and check it out?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll be glad to." And I said, "Well, hey man, while you're there, would you possibly jump on and be our guest for the day?" He goes, "Well, I don't know what we're going to talk about." I said, "Well, no, we'll talk a little bit about your life, find out who you are, where you came from, what you do, but then we'll just kind of just have a normal episode with you and let you chime in, and we'll just have a good time." So, Zach, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
My name's Zakk. Everybody calls me Blakk Zakk. I'll get into that in a minute. But
Weird thing to call somebody.
so like started playing like piano lessons when I was like 4 or 5 years old. Got a guitar when I was 9. Cool thing is like my mom used to work with Jason Aldean's mom
Oh no.
in Macon. So like I was like, Miss Debbie, will you please tell my mom to get me a real guitar this year for Christmas? Got one. So every time I needed something growing up, I was like, Miss Debbie, tell my mom I need. But so like, I started playing around when I was like 12, 13 years old. And that's when all the musicians were like, that black kid Zakk. And then like Black Zakk just kind of
Just stuck.
stuck from right age. It's better than called Fat Zakk. You know what I'm saying? I was called Fat Zakk before then. I was chubby, and we had to go to the Bugle Boy outlet to the Husky section to buy my clothes.
Not the Bugle Boy.
Yeah, the Bugle
And I remember the Bugle
I
Boy.
do,
Oh, I had the Bugle Boy.
The Bugle Boy.
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's rock Bugle Boy.
Absolutely.
In Duckhead.
Yeah.
For shorts, you can
Yeah.
lower middle class line. Hey, taste the rainbow. I got a pair of shorts that'll match that. Duckhead.
But so yeah, I started playing around a lot, man, in bars and stuff and parties through high school. Went to Valdosta State for like 2.5 years.
Okay.
And I had to leave. I was a chemistry major, but the joke is I did more chemistry at Valdosta State than I did homework. So
It's fair.
that's my mom's joke. But
I understand.
yeah, so and then I got on the road with this band called Powersville. We used to travel to Southeast and play a lot.
And what was the name?
Powersville.
Powersville. Okay.
It's like a metal band, like Pentax.
Okay. Yeah. You play some hard stuff.
Yeah, I play some heavy stuff.
Yeah.
You can't tell from now, but yeah, I'm a metalhead at heart.
Yeah.
Your best friend.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I've been playing music. Moved to Dublin 2019. Turned things around.
Right on.
Went from building crates for like barely minimum wage to like making like 3 to 4 times the amount of money now as an expediter for YKK. I just tell the managers what to do. It's pretty fun.
Nice.
That's all right there.
So, got a good last job, good job. Got a good church family. I play bass at church every Sunday now. So.
Now, where are you at church at?
Lighthouse Church of God in East Dublin.
Okay.
Scotty Herney.
Yeah.
So
cool deal.
Love my church. I wish my buddy was still there playing bass so I can play guitar, but I mean, as long as I'm
So you're playing bass.
I'm playing bass right now.
What's your favorite?
Mama played fiddle.
My favorite instrument to play is probably drums because I'm not that trained in drums, so I'm not thinking about it. I'm just sitting there messing around. But like my best instrument and I love playing the most is guitar.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm also an all-state saxophone player too.
Dang.
Yeah.
Now you see. Now you can see why he was the first person I thought of.
Yeah.
I've been doing music my whole life, man. That's just
Wow.
yeah.
That's
I got
impressive.
into it at a young age. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, this should have been a guess. What I'm trying to think of now is how I can put our interview with Blakk Zakk on YouTube and not get it taken down. And not catch a violation immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just spell it right. BLAKKZ.
That's right.
Put a flair to it.
Yeah.
That when I was like, when they first started calling me that, well, I first started spelling ZAKK because Ozzy Osbourne's guitar player is like, wow.
Wow. Yeah.
He spells it like that. So
Yeah.
they started calling me Blakk Zakk. It's BLAKK, ZAKK.
I like it.
So,
I like it. Oh, we'll spell it right. We'll put it up there.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's YouTube. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, send Mark Zuckerberg with you.
That's Facebook.
He knows that.
It's not YouTube.
Oh, is he not the YouTube guy? Oh,
There is no YouTube.
I miss Tom from MySpace.
Tom.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, everybody had Tom as friends.
all my
He was a lot of people's
Yeah.
friends. You know,
Yeah.
Tom on MySpace. You know what? Never mind.
Yeah,
My-
where's he at now?
Where's Tom at?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's,
don't-
he's still in a corner crying, mad at Mark. I'm sure.
Probably. Probably.
My brother-in-law from Athens used to call. He said that he was going to combine the two and have a platform called Space Face.
Jeez.
I'm like, I love it, man. I love shit.
That's copyrighted. Everybody.
I'm
Say
with
that.
you.
Say that.
I'm with you.
Oh man, that's too good. Yeah.
So you would say drums is your favorite, but you really love to sit down and play. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
the same way. If I'm by myself and there's no one around, I would rather sit down. And if I could play the guitar, it might be a different answer.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to sit down by myself and just kind of get along with me and my thoughts and feelings, it's the piano.
Yeah.
But if I'm playing with a band, I would much rather play drums.
Yeah.
I just feel like I have a lot more fun doing that.
That was like the hardest challenge one time. Like our piano player at the church when Robin's left. So
Uh-huh.
I had to jump from like just messing around with piano to playing piano every Sunday
Uh-huh.
and having to sit down every week and learning like 5 or 6 songs. That was like the hardest challenge. Because I give mad respect to piano players because guitar, if I want to change the key, I go up a fret or back a
Sure.
fret.
Yeah.
Piano players, you got to learn a whole new scale, new chords, unless you want to hit your transpose button. But
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Well, I tell you what's tough. You're talking about when your piano player quit, you had to jump to piano. I was playing keys at the church I was in, and the drummer quit, and we didn't have a drummer come in, so I had to do both. That's tough. At the same time on a Sunday morning, imagine being in that booth,
It's so
man,
full
with
of crap.
a keyboard, over there.
Hey, when I first started, doing that, like I couldn't get my bass line to do something different than my melody line on my right hand on the.
Uh-huh.
So I would put my bass in my lap, and I would literally fret the root note for the bass on my left hand while I'm playing the melody part.
Get out, dude.
Because I couldn't get it right on the piano, so I had to wait till I trained myself on the
Oh,
piano.
wow.
So he really did that.
Yeah.
You
But I didn't do it with drums.
Were you there?
Yeah, I was there.
Chris was there.
So yeah, the first half of that story is correct. He was on the keys. The drummer quit, and he moved to drums. But what did we just not have a keyboard player for a little while? Or
No keys.
I think we just had no key. He just played the drums though. He didn't do both.
Oh,
In my
We tried,
head, though,
you
I was
know.
playing keys.
Sure. Yeah.
My biggest problem playing drums in church, man, was that my partner played bass.
yeah.
You know, they're one and the same, and he would kind of ease over there by the booth, and we were buddies, you know. And he'd get to go, and he'd get to like bobbing with me, and I'd forget we were in church, bro. And it was just. I was waiting for the riser to come up and me to start spinning. I'm like, Tommy Lee, you know.
I'm in the sound booth, just like, oh my god, I can't turn the drums down loud. I can't turn them down anymore. Cut the mic off. You know what I'm saying? He's still too loud. Yeah.
That's why they minimize me playing drums at church.
Oh yeah.
He's like, our drummer, Jake, he'll play. He's like,
Good church beat stuff. Good church beat stuff. Right.
about the dynamics and stuff.
Yeah.
Come in there, I'm straight Taylor Hawkins.
Yes. I get to going, you know what I'm saying?
Chewing a piece of gum like
Yes.
Yeah.
Throwing backwards. Hat on backwards, bro. Drumsticks flying. Yeah.
I play drums with shoes off, so I'm like,
Oh,
my
really?
shoes are always, yeah.
Oh, hardcore, man. Yes, I did pay. No, so you've been to some concerts, I'm sure.
Yeah, man. Thing like the first concert I went to, I was like 5 or 6, maybe. Like during the cherry.
Really?
Yeah, like Cherry Blossom Festival. Like my mom worked at the Indian Mounds, Omogie National Monument. Guess not politically correct to say Indian Mounds, but Omogie National
Well, yeah,
Monument.
whatever, man. We don't.
But so like YKK sponsored a concert and stuff. So we have like foreign exchange students from Japan come and stay at the house, and we'll go do the Cherry Blossom with them. So it was like one year I got to see the Beach Boys.
Oh, nice.
And I got to see like Parliament. I got to see Earth, Wind, and Fire, the
Nice.
Temptations and stuff.
Huh.
Yeah, me being in elementary school, I'm not appreciating this. You know,
Sure.
I'm like, oh,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
mom and dad's music. Let's go listen to it.
Yeah.
I'm like enjoy it. You know, but And I'm looking back and like, man, I got to see some awesome people.
No doubt. So you were how old when you saw the Beach Boys?
6 or 7, man.
Did Rhonda ever help them get?
No, Rhonda didn't ever.
She didn't ever get around to helping them getting her out of his heart.
No.
Dang, bro. No,
Rhonda dropped the ball.
she did, man. That's
the beach
tough.
ball.
Now, I wonder, was it the same Rhonda that Tyrone Biggums from the Chappelle Show? Maybe that's what happened to Rhonda.
Maybe that's what happened to her.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happened to Rhonda.
It's gonna last us all.
It's gonna last us for, I know, 2 days. That's what the Redskins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God! If you don't get that, go watch the Chappelle Show.
You sold our home whenever we asked you to house sit while we were on vacation. I had a crack giveaway party. You didn't get your invitation.
Oh man, before memes, we used to run around yelling the Chappelle Show.
That's it. That's all we had,
That's it.
man. That is
That's
the
it.
God's honest truth, dude.
Oh man,
Way before his time.
that's right. The blouses, game blouses.
Hey, you know what my Cash App picture is? True
Oh,
story.
yeah. True story.
Yeah. It is Dave Chappelle dressed as Prince.
Yes, that's his profile picture.
And and the reason I did it that way, well, the actual reason I did it that way because my children's mother, she set hers for Rick James. Like, great idea.
Yeah.
So I did the same thing. And now, like, if someone owed me money, it's like, hey, I'll just Cash App you. I'll send them my Cash App through a text. And every time without fail, they'll message me right back. I don't know if this is yours. This doesn't look like you. And I'll say, it's Dave Chappelle dressed as Prince. They're like, got it.
The funniest is like the older, respectable people who have no idea who Dave Chappelle is, and they're just like, I'm pretty sure. Who is this black guy that you know what I mean?
I'll just give you the $20 when I see you.
I'll just pay you a cash over. I'll figure it out later.
See, mine, like, if you have an iPhone and you text me, immediately what pops up is, remember Howard Stern?
Yeah.
The guy Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Oh,
man. Right, so like, I found a
just
picture.
hanging around.
Yeah, okay. Nothing much. Just hanging around.
But I found a picture of him like
That man
in the middle of a mosh pit with a guitar. So like he's got a guitar strapped on. So like all my like sounds and reverb accounts in my phone, I got Beetlejuice set up.
That's just in the mosh pit with it. That's so cool.
Yeah, so yeah.
That's cool. Well, Ryan, we'll show you who Beetlejuice is after this, man.
Dude.
He's lame.
Do we need to show you who Howard Stern is?
No, I think I know.
You know that one? You're a radio person. I would think you would.
I know.
Do you look up? Do you idolize Howard Stern? Do you want to be the Howard Stern when you grow up?
He is the Howard Stern of Georgia, without the controversy.
Without all the extra stuff.
Bigger than Howard Stern in Middle Georgia.
Middle Georgia. Not quite some of the extra stuff. but-
Beetlejuice actually lives in Atlanta now.
Yeah, man.
A suburb outside of Atlanta.
Yeah, I follow him on Facebook. He's always doing some stuff.
Yeah. That's
Well,
cool.
Hey, Beetlejuice, live your life, man. We love you.
He's living a good life.
Hey,
Oh,
man,
you got a
that's
nice
all
house?
wrong. Yeah.
I'm sure,
I'm
man.
glad they took care of him.
Absolutely, man. He deserved it. I mean, look at
Yeah.
all that.
Oh my God, he's become content for the Howard Stern Show. You know what I mean? He's so funny.
Yeah,
He's so funny.
He has become content for the Coffee and Ketchup podcast.
That's true. That's true.
Coming on.
Probably bigger than Howard Stern. We'll see.
You need a name you can trust. Call Buckeye Preferred Services. They are insured with over 35 years experience in custom tree felling, crown reduction, whole tree removal, as well as stump grinding and cleanup. They are cutting out your problems one limb at a time, serving the greater Middle Georgia area and beyond. You can find their Facebook in the description and call them at 478-484-2178 or 478-278-5574.
What's your favorite concert you ever been to?
Oh man.
I know you've been to a ton.
Yeah. So like 2004, right before Dimebag died from Pantera, when he was a Damage Plan, I was supposed to go. Mom said, "It's a school night. You can't go." So school night, you know. So I was what, like 10th grade, 11th grade, 2004. I was in 11th grade. I was in 11th grade because I was an outstanding student, but
Yeah.
I dropped out of honors because I didn't want to do the work anymore. So like 11th grade, I took 12th grade classes, but my buddies went and hung out with Damage Plan and Dimebag, got on the tour bus for hours and hung out and partied with them all night. I didn't get to go because it was a school night. So
It keeps going.
school. But so I'm like, Mom, BB King's coming in December. Da 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 da. I want to go. Me and you, let's go. Thinking, hey, she's going. First thing she says, isn't that finals week? I said, So like,
Thanks a lot, school.
yeah, thanks, school. You know, I can't see all these cool people, but she literally called me when I got out of school that day. Said, go home, study for 2 hours for your final. We're going to see BB King.
Oh,
Man, it was such an amazing concert. I've never seen anybody sit on the stage and get the whole crowd involved. Like
yeah.
talking about everybody's dancing up, having a good time while he's sitting on the stage dancing in his chair, telling all these stories about his life. That's probably like the most memorable concert I've
Wow, man, that is awesome.
Yeah,
That is-
BB King was great. I didn't listen to Lamb of God at first when they first came out,
Mhm.
but the Unholy Alliance tour was like them, Slayer, Macedon, Children of Bodom, and I saw Lamb of God live that first time, and I was like, "There's no way they sound just like this on the record." On the way there, and I got there, I was like, "Wow!" Like they just blew me away. Between Willie Adler and Mark Morton on the guitar, man, Chris Adler and them, I was just blown away. Like, whoa, these guys are like in sync, every note. It sounds just like the record.
Oh wow,
Yeah, and
that's
then,
tough.
Yeah. Then I saw a couple years ago before Taylor Hawkins died from Foo Fighters, I saw them at Shaky Knees. And I was like 7 rows deep. My poor girlfriend, she's like 4'11" on a weekday. She like I had to like get her to the like middle bound barrier so that way she can like lean her head over and see. But like that was an amazing show. Like between their songs, then Taylor Hawkins coming out singing Queen Someone in Love or whatever.
Yeah.
He came out with
Somebody to Love. I
Somebody
think.
to Love. Yeah. And that was great. Like they kept the whole crowd in. And then this past year, I went up to New York and I saw the 72 Seasons tour, Metallica tour. And it was like first night, Mammoth Van Halen, which is Wolfgang, Eddie Van Halen's son. He blew me away. He was amazing live. I was like, wow.
He's
like,
fire with it.
Yeah, he's got talent and he's got a good band. Then I got to see Pantera, even though I went with Dimebag, but still Zakk Wylde. That's another one of my favorite guitar players I've never seen. That was amazing. Then Metallica. The second night was Ice Nine Kills, which is like a newer band. They're all right. They're pretty groovy. But then it was Five Finger Death Punch, which was a good show. And then Metallica, they did 2 nights. Each night, you did not hear the same song multiple times. And like Metallica put on a show.
Yeah,
I'm talking about so much of a show that we went last August in New York, and now this August we're going to Seattle to go see the same tour again. That's how good that tour was.
Wow,
man. But yeah, I've seen a lot of concerts.
Yeah, I can tell.
I love concerts. That's like I work
It's a good
in
time,
broke
man.
for a concert.
It's a good time, man.
You said, so it's in Seattle in August?
Yeah.
Listen, Keith.
Labor Day weekend.
Listen, Keith, for Kenna's bachelor party, that's what we need to do.
Heck yeah,
He's stationed in right outside of Seattle right now.
Okay.
So that's what we need to do for
Heck
his
yeah, Keith.
He probably doesn't even like Metallica, but that's what we're going to do. Let's go.
I love it, man. Holler at me.
Yeah, that'd be a good show.
Yeah,
good
it was
show.
amazing, man. Incubus put on a good show a couple summers ago too.
Yeah.
Them and Sublime with Rome. But it's cool because like Sublime now, they got the original singer that passed away. His son is actually joining the band and going on tour with Sublime.
That's pretty cool.
So like that's gonna be cool to see them play.
Yes, sir.
That's we're getting old.
Man, I know all my legends.
You want to go? My brother just went and saw August Burns Red. What was I doing for that? What do we have to? We had
something
the
going on in
alumni retreat,
August.
wasn't it?
It was in August, wasn't it?
Yeah, he went and saw August Burns Red.
Oh,
And
man.
went to the alumni retreat, which is
That's what
Let me
I
look
probably
at
missed
this.
out. He said it was a great show. Got me a shirt. He's talking about going to see Of Mice and Men in
a great
May, I
movie.
think.
That was a movie, Chris.
It was a movie. I think he's saying that he can get us tickets, give me a ticket to go with him in May to see Of Mice and Men. And I don't know who'll be with him. I think maybe a day to remember.
I don't know. I know we're going to plan on going to see Weezer, Queens of the Stone Age,
Weezer.
Offspring,
I love
Foo
Weezer,
Fighters, Switchfoot,
Sweet.
Shaky Knees this May, like the first weekend of May.
Where's that at?
In Atlanta, man. Like I didn't know
Within you.
it's out in the park,
What?
and there's like 3 stages. That's where I saw Foo Fighters at last time.
Oh wow.
And there's like 3 stages, so like you got to like time your stuff perfectly.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh,
runs
yeah.
around.
Yeah, when we saw Foo Fighters, me and my girlfriend, like, There's DeMott Kennedy. Never heard of him. He's a great songwriter too, a musician. Then St. Vincent, they put on a good show. And then Foo Fighters. So I was like, hey, when DeMott Kennedy plays, we're going right here in front of the stage. You might as well use the bathroom because we ain't leaving. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's been
gonna
too
hunker
long.
down for
Yeah.
about 5 hours. So
Let's put on a diaper.
yeah, Shaking Eve is great, man. Like, thank goodness Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac backed out because my friend had tickets and then she sold them to us, so that way she didn't want to see Foo Fighters. But
Oh man.
she's young, I'm old.
Yeah.
Young people like the '80s, us old people like the stuff we grew up with.
Now, when the Foo Fighters are on stage, do they throw Mentos out to the crowd?
I wish they would have, man.
Dang, that'd have been awesome.
I'm excited too because like Dave Grohl plays those Gibson, Trevino Lopez, Trini Lopez guitars. Well, they just released like last month at the NAMM show. They're coming out with an Epiphone version. And since they did that, every time you see Dave on stage, he's actually playing the Epiphone version that his fans can afford instead of playing the $4,000 or $5,000 Gibson.
The Gibson.
Really?
Yeah, man. Like that shows how much like input he had into that guitar. That he's
man.
Big W for Dave.
yeah, man.
That's
Mad respect to him.
Yeah, dude.
Huh.
That's wow.
Hey, well, one of these days we're going to have expensive sponsorships, and we're going to have
Yeah.
expensive things all around
We are.
that we'll try to force on our consumers. You know, buy this expensive stuff that was given to us. That's my dream in life. Is just to be one of those like out of touch with reality, rich people that doesn't even understand how the world works anymore. I can't wait to. I want to get there just so I can act brand new to everybody. That's my only goal in
And
life.
that's why you won't get there, Chris.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure.
Chris gonna have
Just
his
a
own
hater.
mic next month.
Gold plated.
You know, it's gonna be the short SM58C.
Yeah, that's good.
That's for your voice.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Figured
My feet are over here playing the double bass pedal now.
Yeah.
Get it.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I want to go do stuff now.
So I had back when I was door dashing a lot, I had a DoorDash that I took to your house. It was cool.
Yeah.
Every now and then, man, I'll run across someone that I know. But a lot of times it's like leaving at my door, and sometimes unless I just catch the name or know where they live, like I won't know who it is. But it was cool to see you.
Oh yeah, I stalk my DoorDash drivers. I
Do
keep
you?
the app open the whole time so that
And
way
watch them.
I watch them where they're at and make sure when they're getting on my street, I got my light on so you're safe. And then
My
as soon as you get on
man,
the porch, my blink camera tells me you're on my porch, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
be right there waiting. on
Yeah, yeah.
you.
That's good because everybody doesn't do that.
No.
It was a pleasure to see you and hand you your food. Not so much a pleasure for what experience I had a few weeks ago. I was going to tell you all about.
Come on.
Did I tell you about the first time I threw food?
I've not heard about it. I think it didn't make the cut last week.
Yeah,
And I was
totally
on the
did.
way out the door when you were telling Derek. I
Okay.
don't think I've heard this story though.
And Derek said he didn't remember it because Derek partially
old.
listens.
oh,
to
yeah,
me.
partially listen.
Occasionally.
So probably, I don't know, man, 8 months ago, I had a situation where the GPS on DoorDash will get you messed up if you're going out 441 south to the two hotels that are right next to each other, right past the Dodge dealership. You with me?
Mm-hmm.
They
Motel
are
6 and
the.
quality.
Say it again.
I don't remember. I'm just kidding.
You're not far off, though.
Motel 6.
And quality.
Got to be in America's Best.
No.
No?
We
no.
stay away from the ABVs.
Yeah. No doubt. I refuse to deliver there.
My permanent address for you.
Mine too.
Mine
I've
too.
stayed in all those rooms. But yeah, I've never delivered to one of those places, those hotels I used to stay in.
They're out walking anyway.
Eating.
If they are eating, they're out walking. It's okay.
Who's eating?
Yeah.
So either that or no, sorry.
Yeah.
They ordered it and fell asleep. I'm like, oh man, Trudy, I got your food.
Open the door.
Out there at the Motel 6 Quality Inn, the GPS, like if they order from Quality Inn, I don't know if this is probably still going on. I'm sure they got it fixed now. But if they order from the Quality Inn, they would send you to Motel 6. And it's real difficult to tell. The rooms are the same. The numbers are on the same side of the hotel. So anyhow, I get to the wrong hotel one night, and it was a leave it at my door. So I go to, can't remember which one, but let's just say I went to the Motel 6, and I was supposed to go to Quality Inn. So I go upstairs. It's on the second floor. I drop the food off in front of the door, to which it said, leave it at my door. Same number. Now, the curtain was open a little bit and the lights were off, but it's none of my business. I'm not peeking inside to see if you're in there or not. You said leave it at your door, so I'm leaving it at your door. So I confirmed I dropped it off, took a picture of it, go downstairs. By the time I get to my car and I'm driving out, my phone rings and it's the one that ordered the food. And he says, hey, you dropped it off at the wrong place. And so I realized they sent me to the wrong hotel. So I said, all right, my fault. They sent me to the wrong hotel. Where are you at? He tells me he's at the other one. So I said, all right, you're right next door. I'll swing back around and get it and bring it to you. Very rude to me. So I'm like, all right, it was Taco Bell. No drinks, just a bag of Taco Bell. So I go around, I go back up the stairs and I get the food. I come back down. I'm driving over to the right motel and dude calls me again. I'm talking 2 minutes later, not even. Hey, man, where's my food at? You going to bring me my blanking food? And I said, hey, man, I'm pulling up right now. He's like, well, all right, I'm up here waiting on it, man. So I pulled up. It's hot, bro. I get out of the car and he's standing on the second floor. And I threw there to him.
Hey, my catch.
No, I tossed it for him to catch it. And he caught it. And I'm like, have a good one, bro. Got in the car and left.
Could have been worse.
Could have been much worse.
You could have fed him the taco.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I could have not granny shot it up there to him. I could have Tom Brady that guy and sent him a missile.
Got him
But
right in the-
I
right in
did.
the
So
forehead.
yeah, he got off easy. So about 2-3 weeks ago, I'm taking one and it's out. I'm not going to say where it's at. It's out there. There's a trailer park and then there's a house right beside the trailer park, right? And it had been raining like all night. It wasn't raining at that point, but the roads were messy. And so the GPS just stopped on the road right there, not telling me to go into the trailer park and not telling me to go into the house up there. So I'm confused. I'm like, I don't know where to go take this to. So I try to call the person. They won't answer. I try to call them. They won't answer. I tried one more time. They won't answer. So I go to the house. And I look at the mailbox. There's no number on the mailbox. And I'm like, man, I don't think I'm in the right place. But there were lights on at the trailer past the trailer park. So I get out and I go knock on the door and I back way up off the door, right? Because I don't want to be right at the door when someone comes to their door. I want to be kind of give them some space. And so I had this dog barking, man, and I'm talking about like this super younger. She's probably like 19 or 20. Comes to the door looking terrified. I cracks the door and I said, did you order DoorDash? She said, no, sir. And I was like, I'm sorry. And I was like embarrassed, man. You know what I'm saying? And I felt bad for the girl. And as I'm walking off of her porch, there's a guy from the trailer park on his back porch yelling at me that I was at the wrong house.
No joke. Already
So
know.
he watched you go to another house.
Yeah.
Knowing it was his.
Yeah. And on top of that, he didn't answer the first 3 phone calls I sent to him to try to figure out where he was at.
He was just scrolling that hub, man.
He might have been right. You might be right. Which is very good that I did not go shake his
We in the
hand.
business call that getting stuck.
Yeah, he was stuck. So I'm pulling around, I'm sliding all in her driveway because it's so muddy. I get out on the road and I'm driving down to his place and all I can hear is mud flipping up under my
Yeah.
bro. I'm like, freaking God, man. If he had just answered his phone, I wouldn't have had to embarrass myself knocking on this girl's door. I didn't like that at all. It really made me uncomfortable. And so I got out and I'm walking to his front porch and he comes out the door and I just chunked it at him.
Did your naturrator go down at all?
No,
Okay. Good.
no bad reviews or anything. At that point, I really didn't care. I mean, like,
Yeah.
whatever, man. You know, I've broken violated community standards before on that app. You know what I'm saying? I did, bro. And I hurled at it. It was like a fast pitch softball, underhanded. Yeah. I didn't do
There
it,
you go, buddy.
but I did. I just tossed it up to him, man. And I was hoping he was going to say something, but he didn't. So that was that. That was my food throwing story.
That's good.
Both of them. Those are good. Those are good
Yeah,
ones.
back to back.
Yeah, I just need to grab this cake from Mama real quick, and then we can go ahead and go over there.
This guy again?
You have got to be kidding me.
Hey boys, I got y'all's cake right here, man. Oh, I got it right here. wait till you get a load of this. Derek, come on, man. I got somebody way better. Hey, suit yourself, fellas.
Always go with someone you can count on. Emerald City Sweets is locally female owned and operated. They have been in business since 2019. They are open Tuesday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. They serve soups, salads, sandwiches, and of course, cupcakes. They offer custom cakes and sweets for your every occasion. Located at 302 Pine Forest Street in Dublin, Georgia, they can be reached at 478-205-5385. Again, that's 478-205-5385. And their Facebook is linked in the description. Get your event done right with Emerald City Sweets.
That is way better.
Mason, you were saying something about tracking the DoorDash driver. We don't really DoorDash in Cochran, but I do that with the Domino's delivery. Whenever I
love Domino's.
So now they got the GPS, so I'll order it, and every like 40 seconds I'm checking it. Okay, now it's in the
it's in the
quality check. Now it's on a quality check. Okay, Sarah just left with my food, and then I'm tracking Sarah like a psychopath. Through Cochran, like, why did you go to that stop first? You know what I mean? Why? I'm the closest one here. Why wouldn't you go to me first? And then I'll do it until they're like right there. And now I have a Ring doorbell, so I have an excuse to kind of meet them at the door.
Yeah.
But like, I would be so embarrassed about it before I got that I would wait for them. I know they're at my house. Like, I'm watching them through the windows. I was glad until they came up and knocked on the door, and then like go and be, oh man, that was fast. Oh, that's Sarah. It's just like I ain't surprised about it. I ain't waiting. So they would put like a little flag on my name in their computer, and like, that's the weirdo. He's gonna watch the entire time. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah.
So you can watch from your end. You can watch the driver when he picks it up.
Yeah, you can watch when the driver gets to the restaurant, is waiting for your food,
Really?
picks up the food, and is on the way.
Brian just got scared.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh, that's good to know.
So they know when they're getting close and stuff. So
all them times whenever I just got to the restaurant late and I say, I've been waiting here for years, man.
No, they know.
They possibly know.
They know. They know.
I've never done
know.
they know.
Just so you know, I've never done that.
He's done it.
DoorDash breaks me though.
It's
crazy
expensive, isn't it?
because I look at it and I know if I go to the restaurant, the menu's gonna be like $2-3 cheaper there.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got to pay the fees and the tip. But I'm just too lazy to get up and get off my behind and go get it.
Me too.
I'm just like, screw it. Somebody else can get this $10.
Yeah, I just
Forget this.
too.
I've done it a few times.
I'll work another 30 minutes this week to make it.
Yeah.
Right. I did it when I was in Atlanta training, and I didn't want to get out. I think the Hawks were playing. I think it was maybe. I don't think it was the playoffs. I don't think they went to the playoffs last year. Very deep.
They made the play in or something.
They were
made
playing. They made the
Yeah.
play in, and then they got into the play. It
Playoffs.
wasn't Boston, and Boston drug them.
Yeah.
So it might have. Matter of fact, it was during that. Pretty sure it was during that because I remember going and watching a game the weekend before that. But anyway, I ordered it from there, and then I did it coming back from a Hawks game. I hit something on 16, and I got up the next morning. My tire was flat, so I couldn't go to work till I had someone come out here and help me change my tire. And I ordered Chick-fil-A. It's expensive, man.
Yeah, it's definitely
But I was hungry.
it's definitely a fee for that
I
convenience.
didn't have any options, man.
You didn't have any food in the house, Derek, for him to eat?
Yeah,
I'm sure
Yeah,
he did.
He had food, but he's probably like my girlfriend. And he just don't want to get up and cook it.
That's
You're
true.
exactly right.
That's true.
Yep.
You are exactly
That's
right.
true.
Well, not
I
when
mean, yesterday I woke up and I was like, it was like 4:45 on a Saturday. My dad told me last night, he was like, I don't know why you were texting me at 4:56 in the morning, but I'm glad I had my phone off. I got up and I was like, oh, what is there open? It's like, oh, Luann's opens in 15 minutes. Let me go get it.
Yeah, when they had being scared.
5:15, man. I was in there line at 5:18. I was right down the road.
How long was the line at 5:18?
Not long at all. I went straight in through the drive-thru. Now I was wondering if they were even open because I didn't see any cars in the drive-thru. Normally that thing's wrapped around.
Yeah, I know. I've driven by
On
when it's
Smith Street, all the
Yeah.
way out to that other one down there.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
crazy.
I've driven past it when it's slammed.
I try to eat that about once a week. I try to go over there and get a biscuit.
When you want to do it, let me know.
Once a week.
When do you go?
You go in during the week?
Yeah, about 5:45.
Oh,
never mind.
Yeah, you still sleeping.
I'm not sleeping daylight at 5:45.
He ain't been in bed long.
I'm not 5:45. I just went to sleep a few hours before that.
5:45. I'm trying to find a positive COVID test on Google, so I ain't got to go. Gotta find one with a brain.
Oh my
Mess around and download the wrong one. You're pregnant. You ain't got no code. You find out.
Dang. Please don't speak that. My girlfriend can't have kids.
Watch me.
Love you, baby.
Oh, that's too funny.
Oh, God.
Or go into like public places and deal with the public wherever you're at, eating somewhere at the mall, I don't know, and just say ridiculous stuff to people.
Oh,
I do all the time.
I do, but I watch myself in Dublin because I realize I'm in Dublin and not Warner Robins. Like, there's a good chance that there's somebody I know in that store with me that I can be like, help! And I'm going to have backup. You know, everybody goes, oh, that's Blakk.
Exactly. We got you.
Get here.
Get out of here. We got to put Blakk Zakk up here.
It's like, here's the only people I know. Work people and people I go to church with. And like y'all.
Yeah.
So it's like, kind of gotta watch myself. I do say random stupid stuff to
Say
people.
the most random stuff.
Especially at Walmart.
That's a good one.
Walmart's so fun.
I love it, bro.
Bro, I don't care what time of the day it is. I can go find somebody at Walmart and have the best conversation of the day.
And
It works.
and it's the best conversation they've had that day as well.
Yeah. Like yesterday, I was at Dollar General. Some guy came up and talked to me. Is that a gas or a diesel? Says gas. He's like, oh, too bad it ain't a diesel, man. And he went into the whole little thing about how the fast food companies, they can use the oil to make diesel gas. And he knew the ingredients in the whole recipe. But like, is he trying to teach me how to make
How long had he been awake?
It was an older guy, so I don't think he had been awake that long.
Oh, wow.
It was an older couple, and he was so happy just to have this conversation with somebody. Somebody took the time to have it with him.
How about that?
That's right.
But back when I was
It's like my worst nightmare. I can't.
Chris hates it.
Oh,
so
don't.
you're like an introvert. You don't like people talking to you.
Yes. Don't.
Do it. Derek
I can't.
random somebody
can't
else.
do
In the right mood, I will.
Yeah.
Listen, if I pull up to get gas and somebody looks like everybody, I'm getting gas somewhere else. I'll run out of gas on the way to another gas station just to avoid that conversation. I will. I'm gone.
That's no fun.
Can't do it.
For all your professional and customized sawmilling services, contact Custom Sawmilling. They offer any product from lowboy trailer flooring, countertops, bar tops, paneling, and flooring for your home. If you remove trees to build your future home, what better way to utilize those trees than making them into a product inside your home? Serving all of Middle Georgia, Custom Sawmilling is proudly veteran-owned and operated. Custom Sawmilling is located at 1607 Caps Browning Road, Rents, Georgia. They can be reached at 478-279-3657. That's 478-279-3657.
I love to do it, man. I say some pretty wild randoms though.
He pulls me into him whenever we're out together. I know there's some shenanigans that are finna go down. It's finna be one of those days.
It's better when you have an audience.
Yeah.
I like to be on the phone with Derek or something, and I'll be ordering something at Zaxby's is one of my favorite places to just hit them with a random at the drive-thru or something. If I'm on the phone with someone, especially. I hit the lady at K Jewelry that I got a watch from K and the link. I had to have a link take out. So I went up there and I asked the lady, "Hey, can you take this link out?" She says yes. So she gets my watch off. She takes the link out. She gives me the watch back. So I was like, "Yeah, I like it. That's about where I want it right there." She goes, "Okay." So I turn around and start walking out. She was a younger black girl. She says, "Hey, let me give you your link." And I said, "Oh, okay." Like an idiot, I'm thinking she's finna just drop the link in my hand. You know what I'm saying? But she opens this drawer and she pulls out this little bag. And I said, "Ooh, if only you knew the trouble them bags right there got me in."
Sound like stuff else.
She said, "Well, I hope that don't get you in trouble." And I go, I think we'll be all right. Folks just don't
Um,
expect that kind of stuff
nah, they
sometimes,
don't.
man. But I love to do it.
But imagine like introducing yourself as Blakk Zakk your whole life, and like some people are like laugh like y'all did.
Yeah,
or like,
yeah.
Some people just get quiet and like very uncomfortable. Like I can't call you that.
Yeah.
You can call me that, bro. I just call myself that. If you find me on social media, my name is Blakk Zakk.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Fair
so,
enough. Fair enough.
yeah. But I like saying random stuff. I like talking to random people at Walmart because you can tell if they're not in the food section. Like if you go to like the hardware part,
Uh-huh.
oh, you can just talk to somebody about, oh, what you got going on at your house, man? You getting this?
I would have fun with that.
Yeah, man.
You know, anybody in the hardware section at Walmart is somebody trying to DIY. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Because they're not a professional going in
Exactly.
and grab a bandsaw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just trying to figure it out, and they're willing to talk to anybody.
See, I used to do carpentry work, so I'm like, oh, well, I would do it like this and approach them. Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I had to do a bunch of do-it-yourself stuff this past week. I had to change all my light fixtures in the house because, like, it's a
Derek's
older
done
house.
that. He's changed some light bulbs in here.
Not old, man. I'm talking about the fixture, man. And I'm so slow, I was like, this bulb ain't going in. I just kept twisting. I broke the dang brand new light fixture in the bathroom. So instead of me taking it down, I said, screw it. Like, ain't nobody gonna realize one of the three bulbs is not working. It's the one behind the door.
No, we can't even see it. It's not even working. Doesn't even matter.
It's brighter in here than it was to start.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
That's right. I'm calling that
Yeah.
good enough.
That's too much.
Good enough.
Yes.
Too much work to undo all that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Brian, what is, I gotta know, what is Abe Lincoln?
There's a guy that looks like Abe Lincoln that lives in Dublin. You ain't never seen him?
No.
I
There's just Abe Lincoln on the board. Is that what this story is?
no.
Hey, if you're watching this and you look like Abe Lincoln, comment down below, man. We want to see you.
Is there someone that looks like Abe?
Yeah. You got like
Got a beard?
the chin strap beard and tall, lanky, dark hair.
I'm trying to remember if I seen the guy.
Listen, remember the guy that used to come to the Promise of Hope stuff?
Does he work out there with you?
No, he don't. I don't think so.
Remember the guy that comes to the Promise of Hope stuff?
What Promise of Hope stuff?
Like fundraisers and all that kind of stuff. Used to be around. He kind of looks like Abe Lincoln. I think he's Mennonite, maybe.
A good chance. He looks like Abe.
I mean, I saw him at Walmart.
I saw him at
one time.
Scott's not too long ago with the rest of the coworkers.
I was there.
Were you?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, we've eaten at Scott's since you left. Anyways, it don't matter. I can't remember his name, but he's definitely been involved on at fundraisers and stuff like that. He used to go to men's night way back in the day. I think he's been a part of different things, but he kind of looks like Abe Lincoln. He lives in this area.
When I was doing my there is a guy that I've seen at the gym, but I don't. I mean, he could look like Abe's cousin, but I don't think he would pass for Abe. But he does look like he looks like he'd come down the line a little bit on the tree, but not a direct descendant of Abe.
He's not the same branch, but he's all the same trunk.
I think that's Gabe Finken.
Finken.
Yeah. Abraham Lincoln is on the board because I did a lot of Nissan training last week or week before last, and they just came up with all these random scenarios, and they actually had a question on there like you're selling a 2024 Nissan Kicks SR or SV to Abraham Lincoln, and I'm like, I can't even take this question seriously. Everyone knows that Abe would be buying a Navigator.
Abe is dead. That one fell.
Why?
I don't know. Did I not get him?
Apparently not.
I didn't get the punch.
It's a Lincoln Navigator.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So slow, bro.
Yeah, that one.
Over my head.
I missed that one.
Yeah.
I missed it.
I remember selling cars.
Town car might have.
Where at?
I'm not gonna say the name of the company.
That's cool.
Did not work out too well.
It didn't for me as well in the past.
Yeah, so like the first part of the company I was at the dealership, those little K bags you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
So like somebody I used to hang out with had ripped off the manager out of one of those that supposedly came from me.
Uh-huh.
They came from
Yeah.
Anyway,
No paper trail there, but
Let's get questions in the air around this
He
situation.
would like start stuff and be like, he's not doing his job to the manager, and like he's not on the lot with customers, but you're telling me I need to go in there and call 10 people every morning. There's nobody on the lot. Then I go out there and all that stuff. Then
Yeah.
it's another one.
yeah.
Went to their used car place, which I did good. And then like one day, like somebody traded it in a Tacoma for like $8,000. And by the next morning I sold it for $19,000. And I was like, I just ripped somebody off a new one. Like we just made $11,000 off a truck that ain't even only had the oil changed and clean. I was like, man. And I was like, started thinking about it. And then a manager, I was friends with his kids, and he was like, I don't think you got the heart to do this. Like, no, man, I can't do this, man.
Yeah.
I don't use cars. On new cars, yeah, I could do it. Like,
Right on. Yeah.
yeah, I could do it. But like used cars, like, man, is it really that much of a markup? Because when I ran a guitar store, it's like your list price is $1,000. You're probably paying 400 to 500 for it. You're gonna sell it to 600 to 700. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it's set up with MSRP.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you ripped off one customer on it, then you got over on another customer on it. I was like, dang, man. Like,
Yeah.
but you're selling what, new Nissans?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I've worked at some of them places you're talking about.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, back in active addiction.
Yeah, I was in addiction too.
Are they hiring?
They're not local.
I'm trying to get down like
They're-
that.
they're-
Man,
they're
got
far
like
away.
11 grand in 24 hours. That's
They're
a
far-
good lick.
Yeah,
what
but
I
you
mean?
know who gets that lick though? The owner
The
of
owner.
that little lot, and you make your little 150.
Yeah, you make
Oh no, I ain't
Yeah,
trying to make
yeah,
150.
so
you make your percentage off of it. And that's,
So we need to rob the owner.
I mean,
well, we don't do that.
yeah, we don't do that.
All right, man. Maybe not. I'll just let y'all.
One
keep
of my
talking.
funniest stories about a car lot like that, man, is like I'll take a lot from somebody. Like I really will, especially if I'm working and I'm not trying to have a bad light shed on me and that business. And so my boss would hear me on the phone sometimes talking to people and just really taking it from people, and they'd have a complaint or whatever. And so he came in there one day and he said, and me and him were real close, and he said, listen, I hear how you talk to these people on the phone. You don't have to take that stuff, man. You need to stand up for yourself and tell them to come down here and see me, or you know, if they got a problem with it, then if their car broke into two pieces, tell them congratulations, they own both pieces. And I was like, I mean, I don't know if I can do that, man. And so he said, you don't ever let anybody run you over. I'm always going to have your back. Right. And so I said, all right. Well, this lady called me one Wednesday or Thursday from Kentucky and said she was moving to that area. It wasn't nowhere near around here. And that she wanted to buy a car from us, that her boyfriend, who, not picking, but he lived in a motel, and she was leaving Kentucky to move in with him. They were making great life decisions. Yeah, they were making great life decisions. And so, hey, okay, come on down. So she comes down on Saturday, and she says, I got $500. What can you put me in? So I go out, I show her, like, hey, pick one of these three. You know, this is what you're left with. And I was being honest, man. I was in active addiction, but I was being as honest as I knew how to be back then. And she said, what's wrong with this one? And there was three things wrong with it that I knew of. The AC didn't blow cold. There was a dent in the back quarter panel, and the radio was not in it. There was no radio in it. And I told her all three of those things. She said, well, can I take it down the road? Absolutely. Got her license, her insurance card, gave her the keys, said, take it down the road, go show it to a mechanic, whatever you want to do. And so she takes the car, and like 3 hours later, my boss comes by, and he's like, where's the lady in the car? I'm like, bro, I don't know. She ain't brought it back yet. She's obviously enjoying it, or either she's on the side of the road somewhere. And so about an hour later, so she had the car like 4 hours. She comes back. She said, will you put a radio in it? I sure will. Will you charge the AC? I sure will. But I'm not going to do anything about the dent. Obviously, that's cosmetic. You can deal with that. So she says, well, I took it to a mechanic. He said that it was a good car. We made the deal. She bought the car. 2 weeks later, a lady called me first thing in the morning. I answered the phone. Blah, 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 ABC Auto Sales, we'll say. This is Brian, and this lady, very hateful, says, Brian, I'll never forget her voice. You're just the one I want to talk to. And I said, okay, how can I help you? She said, you sold my niece a lemon. And I said, okay, here we go. Just like he said, I ain't got to take this junk today. Boss man got my back. Here we go. I'm ready for her. I said, no, ma'am, I did not. And she said, you sure did. You don't treat people like that. My husband and I have owned a car lot in Florida for 31 years, and we would never treat anyone like this. You remember this? When I told you?
You definitely told me this.
Well, we never would treat anybody that way. I said, okay, well, I don't even understand what you're accusing me of doing to your niece. You sold her a lemon. I said, well, first of all, who is your niece? And so she told me it happened to be the lady that had the car for 4 hours. So I said, I certainly did not sell her a lemon. She had taken that car to a mechanic. She had it for 4 hours the day that she bought it. And she said, well, that mechanic lied to her. I said, well, I don't even know where she took it, ma'am. And so she just gave me the devil. And finally I had enough. And she said, you sold her a lemon. And I said, no, ma'am, I did not sell her a lemon. And I can prove it. I didn't sell her a lemon. She said, how you going to prove that? I said, because this is a car lot. This ain't a fruit stand. And she said, oh, you're going to be a smart ass. And I said, I am not. But I got a question for you. She said, what? I said, if you and your husband have had a car lot in Florida for 31 years, why did you sell her a car?
Yeah, why are you?
I was like, what in the world? She drove from Florida. From Kentucky to Georgia. Why couldn't you have swung down there in Florida? Got her a car. Auntie. I felt so vindicated.
Oh,
I was up on top of my desk dancing. Take it away, Chris.
Taking I am right I am.
All right. What a great episode. We're very, very excited with this one, man. It was a good thing. Blakk, Zakk, thank you for coming on.
No problem.
Absolutely fantastic. We want to thank our sponsors. Who are our sponsors this week, Brian?
Coffee and Ketchup is proudly brought to you by Emerald City Sweets, Buckeye Preferred Services, and Custom Sawmilling.
And the newest sponsor, Custom Sawmilling.
We appreciate
I wasn't sure, you know what I mean? But yeah, so you caught all those ads. Make sure you reach out to those people. All their links will be in the description of this video, as always. We have got new t-shirts, maybe.
We're making up an order for.
We're doing something with t-shirts.
All right.
If you want to be one of our advertisers as well, please reach out to us at coffeeandcatchuppc@gmail.com. We are on the road to 43 billion subscribers. If you have not subscribed already, please look down there, bottom left or bottom right of this screen right here. You click that subscribe button. It costs $0 to do, and it really helps us out. You can leave a like on this video and comment down below what you liked, what you didn't like, whether the sound was better. I can't remember. Earlene, I believe, is the one who is so supportive of us and listening, and even when the audio is terrible. Thank you so much, Earlene, for all your support, continuing to bear with us. We sure greatly appreciate it. I want to give you a shout out. Thank you for all your help. Hopefully this one is much better.
That's
now that we've had the professional. Thank you, Boom Boom's mom. You tell me like I'm gonna know who these folks are.
Boom, boom, boom.
You know, boom, boom, boom. What? Hey, thank you so much. Thank you all for all your support and continued support. We really appreciate it. And I'm not even gonna ask anybody if they have anything else because it's not gonna happen this week. We will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
I got one.
Peace.
Nope.
Nope.